Hey, true believers. Chris Mack coming at you with X-Force number 7. I know I went over 6 way back when, but I finally got my hands on a copy of issue 7, and it was equally good. Man, I wish I would have collected these when I was younger. Such underrated title for sure. This and X Factor. I mean, X-Men still was the bee's knees, but this and X Factor, what Peter David was doing and what Liefeld and Nikezia were doing, it was just different and really sucks you in. So this one is Casualty of War. The print date on this was February 1992. Now, X-Force is being hit from two sides. We got the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants attacking from the top, and then we have the Morlocks trying to infiltrate Cable's base underneath. And I love the way this starts out. Jimmy Warpath is like, Teresa, do you mind telling me who are the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants? He says that they're, essentially terrorists, and he goes, okay, fine, Brotherhood I get. Even the Brotherhood sounds good, I guess, but it's the word evil I just can't seem to assimilate. And so Toad, which I love the way that they drew him, just creepy. I hate the way they draw him now, where he's just kind of like this green loser. I like that they actually made him look menacing. Like if Hasbro ever releases, which doubtful, another Marvel Legends, this is the Toad they definitely should go for. Anyway, I like how he says, Brotherhood we aspire to, Warpath. Mutants we are by privilege and power of birth. Evil we prefer of conceit of desire. But you and Siren shouldn't fret overly about much about it, considering you'll be dead before the day is done. Boom! Stakes. Action. We are sucked in. We're ready to fight. And the artwork, it looks a little stretched, like Toad's face looks like he's about ready to skin all the way backwards, but at least it's dynamic, and it doesn't look flat like a lot of modern comics. And then you turn the page and look at this fight between freaking Shatterstar and Sauron. Absolutely phenomenal. Now, before we go any further, this is Under the Knife. Rob Liefeld, plot and art. Fabian Nikezia, Rob's scripter. Chris Yiannopoulos is Rob's letterer. Steve Bucoletto, Rob's colorist. Bob Harris, Rob's editor. Tom DeFalco, Rob's banks. Didn't. That's the joke. So, still funny. I like how they bring people in and make you feel like you're part of the gang there. It's hilarious. But damn, that is some good artwork right there. And that is just dynamic. I miss panels like this. And I like how Sauron's basically telling Shatterstar, he's like, if you fall from this height, human, you're going to die. And he's like, not necessarily. I was a born and bred warrior of the arena. And so he actually gets a slice on Sauron. But because, like he said, I was born and bred in the arena in Mojo World, he's able to just assume the survivability. So he just grabs a tree, does a flip, and boom, he's ready to go. And then here, as I just said, the Morlocks begin to infiltrate X-Force's base. And I just love how they made them look so damn creepy. Because the Morlocks, they were always kind of odd looking, and I just like that they have that terrifying look, especially when Cable finds them snooping around the hangar, and he goes, the only way you're clearing out of here now is in a body bag. We see him, Domino, freaking Cannonball, and Boom Boom, and Farrell. Good stuff. And she goes, hi, Thorn. Long time no see, sis. So this one's Thorin, Mask, and I believe her name's like Phantasma or something to that degree. And so we get into some good fights. We see Jimmy taking on Blob, and I love the way Siren takes out Pyro. Like, she's sitting there yapping with Jimmy. He goes, you Irish floozy? The least you could do is pay attention to me when you fight me. Oh, Pyro, my apologies. I'm sure. Let me rectify my mistake with the sonic scream meant just for you. And boom, knocks him out right in the throat. Ah, she's just as intense as her father. For those of you that don't know, her father is Banshee. And this is another thing I wish, I know that they're releasing that 2-pack that has Richter and Domino and then a Cannonball that has legs. I'm on the fence about getting that 3-pack. Let me know what you guys think if you'd like me to see it reviewed. I'm really debating it because it doesn't release till next year, and I bet you 10-1 is probably sold out on Hasbro Pulse. Let me know. But anyway, look at this artwork. Look at the way this upward shot of Toad looking at Teresa as she's saying that he's like basically a D-lister, and he's like, I've upgraded. there have been some improvements in Mortimer Thornby, both philosophically and biologically. And so before he can use some of his newfound powers on Teresa, he gets shot in the back, and boom, freaking look at this artwork. I mean, look at Shatterstar. It looks just like friggin' Cable. Because he's talking about how he's like, how am I going to take down this winged lizard bird? And so he goes, I need to get more armaments. So he goes and grabs all this stuff. And he's just so badass. I miss artwork like this in comic books. And he says, I trust you take no offense to my intervention in your battle siren. On my world, a warrior who requires assistance is often considered lacking in honor. I have found, though, here, teamwork is preferable. And she goes, it is. You're beginning to adapt, and I'm thankful for it. Look at that! Character development on top of some great artwork. Back in the day, for what? $1.25. You are treated to some very damn high-quality artwork and some decent dialogue. And here, just so you guys know, this is also the issue where we're first introduced to Farrell's real name. Because Farrell goes after her sister, and she goes, hey sis, let's make like a scene out of Dynasty, which if y'all remember that show from the 80s, and have a cat fight. You're an idiot, Maria. You always have been. And we get some really great silhouetted fights. I love how the white and the lips are still colored to kind of at least give off the emotion. Same thing where, Cannonball realizes that his blast field may be, inept against Phantasma or whatever her name is. So something here messes with Sam's blast field. But again, I just love the use of silhouette, deep shadows. I mean, look at how badass Cable looks just going to town on the Morlocks. So yeah, this book all around, just absolutely phenomenal, y'all. I don't want to give away everything, but we're left on a cliffhanger, which I can't wait to find issue 8. But just, I mean, the ink work here looks a little dirty, but who cares? Amazing book. It may not be the next best thing since sliced bread, but it's entertaining. I was no way, shape, or form bored, especially even in the backup story. We get Cable infiltrating I think it's supposed to be like a Weapon X facility or something like that, but he bites off more than he can chew as well. It's just for $1.25, guys. I mean, think about it. For $1.25, you're getting great artwork by some heavy hitter talent. Getting a backup story, great dialogue. But now think about modern comics. You spend almost $6, and the cover looks great, and you flip it open, and some of the, not all the time, but sometimes, paneling's flat. The dialogue's just all over the place and leads nowhere, or they're just talking about nothing that leads to nothing, and you don't care. At the end, you're left thinking, why the hell did I waste my time with that? This action, you care about the characters. You want to see what happens between Farrell and her sister. You want to see what happens with the teammates topside against the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I'm left wanting to go jump on my local comic shop today and try to find issue 8. That's when you know you're doing something right, guys. Excellent read. If you've enjoyed this, I'd highly recommend, first and foremost, supporting your local comic shop and picking up a copy. If you've enjoyed this review, we really would appreciate if you take a moment to hit like, share, and subscribe. Helps the club channel more than you could possibly know. And if you won't mind hitting that fancy little mutant bell next to subscribe, that way as we continue to upload content, you guys will get notified. Come to the channel, and we love talking with you all and hearing your thoughts down in the comments below or our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. So with all that said, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, true believers.